The break is finally over. The wait is over. It's finally time to read the latest installment in that Wano and Onigashima awesome sauce. You know why we're here. Of the best-selling manga in history. Come on, man. Dude, I just reread the entire arc last week. My hype levels for this chapter in particular are through the roof, man. Actually, no, even further beyond the roof, son. This arc is too good. This arc is way too good, man. We are here to read the greatness, the awesome sauce of the one, the only, One Piece, dude. Yo, I don't know. The last reread that I did, it hit on a completely different level, man. On a completely different level. I think it's because of being able to read from 974 up until the latest chapter. But man, yo, this arc is special. This arc is special, man. We're in the middle of some true greatness here with this arc, man. Now, before we get into chapter 1017, I'm currently holding a poll for what people prefer between Whole Cake Island and Dressrosa. And so if anybody wants to pitch in here in the YouTube comment section, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. The main reason why I did this is because I was having a discussion the other day, and yesterday I thought about it again, and I was like, you know what? I wanted to see how everybody else has to feel about this. So along with your thoughts on this week's chapter, if you would like to add your thoughts on which one you prefer between Whole Cake Island and Dressrosa, two amazing arcs, please let me know about that in the comment section down below. But without further ado, guys, we're finally here. Chapter 1017 of the One Piece greatness. And the title of the chapter is Orders. Orders. So I don't know if that's, you go into a drive-through line at McDonald's type of orders, or orders as in if you're playing StarCraft or something. You know what I mean? I don't know what kind of orders you're talking about. And we have Buggy on a color. Basically, this is going to be a fantastic chapter. We have Buggy on a requested cover page. That's how you know it's going to be goated. Cover art request by Kami Sonaru. Yo, Kami Sonaru, you're an amazing human being for requesting Buggy on a cover page, man. Dude, I can't wait to see the next time we pop out and see Buggy and Hancock and Mihawk and Weevil and what's going on there with the abolishment of Chichibukai and everybody that's moving in on them, especially after the way the anime handled it, man. A chimpanzee assembling Buggy's body like a puzzle. So we're out here assembling puzzle pieces. Yeah, shout out to the chimpanzee, man. Shout out to the chimpanzee. But it's great to see Buggy again, man. Let's get right into the chapter. And here we go from Tama's speech. And with Chopper and Queen. Yo, Queen, after getting bodied by Sanji. Y'all aren't hearing me right, man. Y'all aren't hearing me correctly. When Sanji came up in like Swimwear directly after Chopper was putting in work, taking over the fatherly duties of Zoro, while holding Zoro, goes in and starts whacking Queen. I mean, Queen stood no chance whatsoever. Let my boy Mr. Prince get a piece of it right now, man. Let my boy get a piece of it. Dome interior, life floor. What is a brat doing in this war zone? That's me every day when I'm playing Call of Duty and I hear individuals coming out my mic yelling at me and all this nonsense. Like, what you doing yelling at me? All I did was pwn you, dog. Sit down. You're already dead. Sit down. But Tama ain't that. Tama ain't that. Queen, you can go play Warzone somewhere else. Not with Tama. Not with Tama. Where is Bao Huang? Who are you? And poor Tama starts foaming at the mouth. Oh, Tama! Keep it together, Tama. And Nami and Usopp were like, sweet flag darts. Tama, relax. Like, everything's gonna be okay. Don't be scared of that guy. He's about to get pwned by Sanji. We're good. We good. You know, that dinosaur. Sanji loves playing with dinosaurs, man. He probably played a lot of Turok whenever he was younger. I mean, he probably watched a lot of Jurassic Park and he was like, yo, I'm pwning that one, I'm pwning that one. None of them stand a chance against me. Are you kidding me? I'm black like Sanji, man. Castle interior, 4th floor. Who's who in Jinbe? Let's go! Dude, I really wanted to see Jinbe, especially with the upcoming anime episode. I was going back and watching some of Jinbe's greatest moments this past week. Like, we're watching the scene in the anime with Jinbe leading Big Mom's crew. Man, what a great scene, you know? And so, I was in the hype to see some Jinbe action, low-key. So here we have Jinbe and Who's Who. You're not going to start making excuses now, are you, Jinbe? And we see that, so other individuals, the other people, because within the double-page spread that we saw when Jinbe was fighting Who's Who, and we saw him, you know, as the massive cat and whatnot, we saw a bunch of his subordinates also surrounding him as well, and we were like, yo, are they also going to get involved, and does that mean Jinbe is going to be fighting like a 1v10 or whatever it is? But it looks like that really is the case. Jinbe is boxing a whole bunch of other individuals while also taking on Who's Who. That's Jinbe, man. The night of the sea, we went into this battle knowing it would be our 5,000 against your 30,000. It's only natural you would exploit that. And Jinbe's not even mad. He's like, of course you would. It's a natural battle strategy. It's a tactic, son. Yo, that's my boy Jinbe, man. Always making the best out of every situation. You feel me? Like, even in the midst of having somebody cheat, even in the midst of having somebody, you know, you're over here playing quad solo. That's pretty much what's going on here. You're playing quad solo. And so Jinbe's doing a 1v4, trying his hardest to go on and pwn all these other teams. And yet Who's Who is like, man, you should have expected this. And Jinbe's like, nah, I never expected this to be a one-on-one duel. I knew y'all were going to put out the underhanded tricks, especially against me. Y'all know how I am. You 1v1 against me, you losing. I'm Jinbe. You do realize you've dug yourself into a hole. You really are a pain. I love this panel, man. That's the Ghost of Tsushima stuff. This is a really cool panel. Of course, it's our job to deal with you officers. They just keep coming. Frankie, too. There's no end to these grunts. So it appears that it's not just Jinbe. Frankie's also dealing with the situation as well. Now, Frankie was putting in work, though, against Sasaki, man. We saw him last couple of times with the suplexes, the radical beams. I mean, my boy's been going ham in this arc. Actually, yeah, now think about it. Frankie has been going insanely ham in this arc. The massive German suplex off the top rope, hitting Big Mom on the motorcycle, one-shotting the numbers, and then going ham against Sasaki. Frankie's been going in this arc, man. There's no end to these grunts. Jack. Oh my goodness. So we get to see a little panel of Jack fighting against Inarashi. We're at total war. You can't hold this against me. And we see an arrow in Inarashi's back. Man. And you know how much this hurts him. You know how much he wants to do this. Considering the pride of Zoe. The individuals that took so much just for them to protect their man Raizo. You know the story that goes all the way back there, man. And so for him to be face-to-face with Jack like this, but it's not just against Jack, it's against all the other grunts as well. Inarashi. The pleasures and waiters on the live floor have betrayed us. Those lousy ingrates. What should we do? What do you think? We're gonna make an example out of them? Beat them till they can't talk? Eliminate all the traitors. It's the gifters! And we see all the gifters start popping out here, man. We have Donkey Kong and all the rest of them. You can do it, Otama! Everyone who ate my Kibidongo. Oh, here we go. Tama's about to deliver a speech. Let's go, baby. She's still making a racket up there? And Queen's like, still. I thought I knocked you out. Please listen to me. What is that brat steal? Knock her off the ledge. Big bro Luffy and his friends Momonosuke-kun and his retainers. You're on their side now. Stay with us, Straw Hat. Luffy, bro. It is great to see that my man is back at the very least within almost consciousness. You know what I mean? And they're currently trying to get all the water out of his system. Shout out to Law's crew. Don't die. And Tama's like, son, get Black Guards, man, on our side, dude. We need as many individuals as we possibly can, especially to even out the battles between the other individuals in Kaido's crew that aren't just Tobiropo. You know, the individuals that are with the Tobiropo. We need people on our side that can take care of the underlings so that true 1v1s or 1v2s can be had here. You know, so like we need, because just going up against Tobiropo by itself is already a difficult enough battle, but going up against a Tobiropo and multiple other individuals, it's like, come on, man. So that's why we need these other warriors to be on our side too. Which is why Tama's so important here. Tama and Chopper, honestly. You're on their side now. Here we see Momonosuke. After dodging, Kaido went in for this man's neck. And Momonosuke was having none of that. I thought next time we were going to see Momonosuke was going to be him flying up in the dragon, but no, it's Shinobu holding him. We were so high up. Kinemon, Kiku. My boy. Yo, this man Kinemon, those final panels of him, especially with the broken off blade trying to hit. Oh, man, dude. Come on. Let me see a little bit of that Yamato and Kaido. We see Onigashima flying in the air. Let's do it together. Let's take down Kaido. This is Tama speaking. All right, we have our orders. And Speed's like, yo, it's time. It's time. We've got our orders. The big boss told us what to do. Let's get it. Let's get it. What's wrong? Briscola-san. That brat Clue doesn't know her place. Crush her. Briscola-san, why? Your wish is my command, master. And now they just start rocking them because, of course, they can't betray the individual to give them the Kibi Dango. I mean, the Kibi Dango is how they move. The Kibi Dango is what keeps them going. Like, that's their master right there. What's with the gifters? Yeah, leave it to us, master. Why are they obeying that brat? We're going to take down Kaido. Even Daifugo's getting a part of this, man. Everyone follow me. See, now, I really love this. I really love this because not only does it showcase the power of Tama's fruit, but also we're now seeing the individuals that we've been involved with throughout Wano so far being a part of the reason why we're going to start turning the tides in this war. Right? So, like, for example, with Speed, starting off the arc as an enemy, then, of course, joining with Tama, but also an individual who ran into Luffy and has come to trust and understand that Luffy greatness. And now same thing with Daifugo, who we know was in there in Udon with them and whatnot. So it's cool seeing these characters that we had earlier on in the arc now being a major part of turning the tides of the war here. Hey, what are you doing? Here's Jack. And Rosh is like, what in the flying flag? They're fighting each other? And that's what they needed. That is the biggest thing that they needed here, man. They needed them to start fighting each other, start duking it out with each other, so that Inarashi and Jack, Jinbe and Who's Who, Sasaki and Frankie could start throwing hands. And they don't have to worry about other people getting involved. It could just be a 1v1. It could just be a 1v1, 1v2, whatever. But it could just be the top guys going at each other. Understood, master. Hamlet-sama has lost his mind! And we see him right here. Big old giraffe, Kaku wannabe. I'll take care of these bums, Jinbe, Knight of the Sea. You focus on Who's Who. Oh, snap. So here it is. One of the individuals turning on him. You see him with the snake tongue right here. And he's like, yo, Jinbe, take Who's Who. Let's get it. This is the 4th floor, Poker-sama. The headliner has turned on us. Poker, you flagnard. We're here to back you samurai up. And here we have a Power Ranger. Yeah, we're real deal seeing like a lot of the other individuals that we saw earlier on the arc turning for us. This is the 2nd floor. The Straw Hats have to win. The gifters have switched sides. What? And there's CP0. Hey, CP0. Start doing the head count, baby. I know you guys love your statistics. You love your numbers. You like seeing everything, If the One Piece World had an ESPN, could you imagine the One Piece World having an ESPN? And you have Big News Morgans being one of the analysts, but CP0 is the people who records that knowledge. They'd be pointing up the tallies on the scoreboard at all times. This is strange. What in the world is happening? Gifters are tearing through the 3rd floor too. This is but just look at this member of CP0 right here. He's like he's losing his mind. He's like, holy flag darts, things are getting interesting. This is the right brain tower. They're running wild. The basement has also been compromised. What is happening? Onigashima has fallen into chaos. We've been in chaos since chapter 980. All right, it's been a minute. This is the pond at the red light district by the left brain tower. Nice work, Otama. The plan went perfectly. And shout out to Nami and Usopp for being Uncle Nami and Uncle Usopp for providing support here for Tama in this incredibly stressful situation. Don't tell me this is all because of that brat. And Queen starts charging up. Get down, Koli. Sanji, whoop this man, dog. Whoop him. Like, I love Queen just as much as anybody else, but Sanji, pull this man. Collier, strike. And he goes in and he kicks this man like he's playing Super Mario Strikers. He's kicking this man like Ronaldo kicked that thing into the goal the other day. Bah! Kicked his head out of here. Judge's son? Quit saying that name. Sonny's like, yo, if you're gonna call me by my name, you better call me by my real name, son. I suppose you were also part of that insane research team. So that's the connection. Queen worked together with the research team of Germa back in, what was it, chapter 832? It was the chapter where they had all the cyborgs in that lab, and they were, talking about the failures and the successes of Germa. But it looks like, because there was a connection to Vegapunk there as well, but to have Queen be a part of that too. Now, I guess now with context, it makes sense, but, with him being the plague and seeing all the stuff that he's done, the stuff that he's done to his own body, with like the massive neck and one of like a robotic body here, it makes a lot of sense, honestly. It honestly makes a lot of sense. So he was a part of the research team with Judge and German. Now it makes a lot of sense as to why he focused on Sanji being Judge's son, because he was part of that team. He was with them. You mean Mads? That's ancient history. Mads? What in the Flocknards is that? Was that like Vegapunk's squad? His squad of researchers which changed the world? You mean Mads? That's ancient history. So I'm going to assume in the Mads were Vegapunk and Judge, Queen. Now check me out. Hey, my man said to check him out. I'm a cyborg. So I've got a whole bunch of tricks up my sleeve. And here, we got it first hand right there. But he's right in front of Sanji. And bro, this man doesn't want a piece of Sanji. But hold up. We have Queen coming out. What is it? Is this man Dr. Octopus or is he Queen? You feel me? What is the He has a whole bunch of stuff coming off from the bottom of his body. I mean, straight up like he's Dr. Octopus. So Sanji's gonna be Peter. Sanji gotta be Peter. He's gotta be Peter Parker and whoop this man web slick. Obviously. And we have, this is a really cool panel. Just showcasing the difference in height between the two. But also showcasing like Sanji's like, I ain't backing down from you, son. You could be made of any part of any kind of metal. You could be the greatest cyborg. You're going down, son. I'm gonna let you know right now, it's over. But even to see that his beard has a part of this thing too, like, man, this man modified it all. Shout out to Queen. This actually looks really cool. So I think the back part of it is coming from his hair. Then of course his arm has some of it too. It's like you could almost hear the sound effect for this in the anime, the little, you know what I mean? Not the Yu-Gi-Oh, but like when Robot does something in One Piece, like whenever Frankie transforms, you hear like, you know what I mean? So I think that's where we're going here. This is really dope. So now Queen's gonna take full advantage of his cyborg-like body in order to showcase his abilities here against Sanji. This is bad. It's Queen's hybrid form. Oh, so that's his hybrid form. His hybrid form is him going into this state where he's able to fully utilize his cyborg technology. I thought this was the next phase. I thought this was him just pulling out his cyborg parts and be like, okay, it's go time. But to know that Sanji just had to whoop him 2 times. So all Sanji had to do was kick him twice. Sanji gave him the switch in music and then came around and just hit him with the strike. And you're telling me that he saw so much of a threat, he went immediately to hyperform? Sanji hasn't even gone into stealth black. Sanji has not even gone into stealth black. Queen wants no piece of Sanji, bro. No piece. Are you joking? Oh, this is bad. Queen hyperform, get back. The knowledge won't save you though. Chopper, you holding up over there? He's not even worried about Queen. He's like, yo, Chopper, you good? Zoro, you good? Sanji, go, man. You betcha. And now we have the GOAT right here taking care of Zoro as he should. You betcha I'm right. I'm right as rain. I'm right as rain. Just keep your eyes on the prize. I can't help but worry when you look like that. Miyagi, my boy! I had no clue you had this sort of remedy on Zo. It's a super recovery drug, right? I can't... A senzu bean? Baby Gramps Chopper. A side effect of the new rum... What in the world? A baby Gramps? Baby Gramps Chopper. He's mad tiny. I was like, yo, where the world is Chopper talking from? And it's because this girl is holding him. It's a super recovery drug. So this man Zoro's about to take a senzu bean? I can administer him my lonesome right away, but we should warn him. Taking this one can cause one's pain to double after it wears off. You think Zoro cares about pain after it wears off? Do you see what my man's... Well, that's the reason why. Nobody saw it. Nothing happened. Nothing took place, and therefore nobody knows what happened. There is no one that can take pain like this man Zoro can, bro. Give him the senzu bean. There's no time to worry about that. Just give it to me already. I don't care what happens to my body after this. Did you hear what I said? It won't even matter if I can't fight now. After Zoro heard what he heard about Luffy, after he heard about the strides and about the fact that Kaido now believes that everyone's going to turn over to their side, he's like, nah. Especially after what he did. He forced Kaido to dodge, created him with an Ashura, caught him up. He's like, yo, his support isn't going to do a thing to me. I'll pwn anyone down here, man. I'll make my way all the way back up there. Zoro ain't worried about it. He just wants to go up in like Swimmer again, man. That's awesome. Sanji and Zoro greatness. And Chopper greatness. Yo, shout out to baby Gramps Chopper, though. Definitely was not expecting that. So that is the new side effect of the Rumble Ball. But man, you just gotta respect this when it comes to Zoro's character, like, so bad. So badly. Because we know how he is, right? And we know what he's done so many times. But in terms of now the situation having changed, with them not knowing what happened to Luffy, Zoro's like, yo, we can't just chill right now, bro. Like, we gotta go ham. And that's the same thing Sanji's thinking. He's like, this guy? Queen? He ain't nothing compared to the big guy that's on top. So the one's fighting on the roof right now. And so to them, Queen and King, they gotta take care of him. They gotta pwn him. They gotta pwn him, man, in order to get to Luffy and Kaido. And I love that, especially from those two, considering how they reacted to the speech that Bao Huang gave about, you know, the loss and whatnot. I'm loving their determination here. It's great. Castle interior, 4th floor. Why? Who's who? I don't get what's going on, but I guess I can't afford to go easy on you now. Is he going hyperform too? Blade pistol. Blade pistol. What is this, man? Squall? You got Squall Leonhardt, and so that's who's under the mask. That's who's under the mask. It's the man with the legendary gunblade from Final Fantasy VIII. You've got Squall Leonhardt over here going up in like swimwear against Jinbe. Now I understand. So after Squall went to Kingdom Hearts, he turned into a cat. It makes sense. Blade pistol. He goes in, attempts to slice the air. The air itself turns into bullets, and it starts going after Jinbe. Jinbe is like, what you doing? Fishman karate. Yo, I love me some Jinbe, bro. Who shook? Arabesque. Brick fist. And he sends all of them right back to him. Shave. Oh, that's, who's utilizing the techniques of CP0. Shave. Wait, Shave? Is he an old CP9 agent? Or CP0 agent? Oh, he's definitely a CP0 agent. He's doing all of it. Shave, Tempest kicks. Do we know him then? So he goes up into the air, Tempest Kick, Jinbe blocks it. Iron Body, right? Those are the 6 powers used by government officials. So who's who? That must have been why he knew that X-Drake was a spy, because he was a spy all along too. Or was who's who somebody that was a government official and then turned over to the pirates? There it is. I remember hearing about a rogue member of CP9, the Secret Intelligence Agency, breaking out of prison. So he really is a CP9 agent. The idea of an official being arrested struck me as odd. I can't believe you know such an old story. Well, it's true. Back then we never made direct contact, huh? Who is he? Out of all the CP9 agents, who in the world got this fruit? And is that his hybrid form? Out of all the CP9 agents. It's definitely not Lucci. It's not Kaku. It's not Khalifa. It's not Blue. It's not Zipper. Who, dog? Oh, snap! What was his name? The one on the sea train. Whenever this man Usopp went into Sogeking, and Frankie was up there. This dude. Is that who's who? Is that who's who? This man flew off the sea train? What's his name? T-Bone. Nero, bro. Is that Nero? I'm pretty happy with how things turned out, but I used to have it rough due to a mistake I made 12 years ago. I used to be considered a bright prospect, a rival to the genius Rob Lucci. Bro, if you're a rival to Rob Lucci, you're that dude. Because Robert D. Lucci's that dude. That is that dude. Is this Nero? Fang Pistol. This man bit the air and is sending a floating bite over to Jinbe. Jinbe dodges it, but you see the damage. I see. I can see your talent. Use variants on the 6 powers I've never seen before. Your situation sounds unfortunate, but it doesn't seem to have anything to do with me. On the contrary, you just said it yourself. You're a proud member of the Straw Hat crew. That name always reminds me of my bitter past. 12 years ago, I failed to guard a devil fruit that was being transported in a government ship. I was shocked when Straw Hat Luffy came to prominence 2 years ago. "12 years ago, I failed to guard a devil fruit that was being transported on a government ship. I was shocked when Straw Hat Luffy came to prominence 2 years ago. He was guarding the Gomu Gomu no Mi? That's when I learned that the stolen Gomu Gomu fruit had been eaten by him. A fruit important enough for the world government to guard. That's facts! So Shanks took it from them. Shanks took the Gomu Gomu no Mi from them, and that's whenever he took it over. Oh, God. Oh, flag nards. Hold on, bro. Hold up. Bring it back. Turn it back. If they found it important enough to guard in a secret, that's what they said, a secret government agency, right? That was being transported on a government ship. And if he was guarding it as a member of CP9, of the original CP9, an individual who was, so I'm guessing he's not Nero then. I'm guessing he was somebody that was just from back in the day that we never got to see because he failed or whatever. Maybe that's what caused him to leave and join Kaido's crew. Which, that makes so much sense considering how he knew X-Drake was a dog, because he was a dog too. But, so with Who's Who, he was guarding the Gomu Gomu no Mi. And he was shocked when Luffy came into prominence because that's when he learned that he had eaten the Gomu Gomu no Mi. But here's the thing. if they considered the Gomu Gomu no Mi to be a big threat, if they considered the Gomu Gomu no Mi to be something that could very well affect them in the future, that means that somebody had to have had that fruit back in the day and was nasty with it. And was just straight up filthy with it. And so somebody else must have utilized it to its hardest potential. And the world government realized that when the Gomu Gomu no Mi is utilized to its highest degree, to its greatest potential, it can be a massive threat. I don't know if it was a member of the world government that had it or a member of the pirates that had it. But whoever had it was just going ham. That's the only way that you know that the importance of this fruit. Either that, or this fruit comes directly from the Void Century, and someone from Joy Boy's era had it, and no one ate it after that, so no one knew exactly how powerful the fruit could be. And that would actually make a lot more sense because everyone continues to be shocked by this ability over the course of the series. Now, it could be a factor of everyone not having everyone besides like the Gorosei or like Sengoku, but even Sengoku, he would have probably said something about it, right? Now I gotta go back and read Marineford to see if he had anything to say about that. But because we always thought, there was a theory back in the day that talked about Roger being the one that had Luffy's fruit, and now we know that's not factual. So, and we were like, no, it wouldn't have made any sense because Whitebeard would have said something, Sengoku would have said something, somebody would have said something by now about Luffy having the same fruit as Roger. So, but if Luffy had the same fruit as someone from Joy Boy's era, or like somebody from like one of the higher ups of the world government that got killed, then nobody would have had that information because they wouldn't have been alive. The only people that would have had such information is like the Gorosei or whoever, right? Lady Toki, individuals that came from that era. And so now I'm really curious because the Gomu Gomu no Mi now being known as a possible threat. So now we have two abilities here. We have the Gomu Gomu no Mi, which what this tells me is that we're about to see something crazy with the Gomu Gomu no Mi in this arc. I don't know if it's Gear 5th, I don't know if it's Awakening, but we're going to see whatever caused the world government to fear it, we're going to see it. We're going to see it. And so, but to know that it came into their position, that means that Shanks had it. But that's even more curious because we know what Shanks has. And we know the connection that he has with the world government. We know that he's able to just walk up in there. I don't know if it's because of his clout or a secret that he knows or whatever. But he was able to directly converse with them. We know the respect that Sengoku has for him and whatnot. Now, like I said, I don't know if it's due to clout. I don't know if it's due to strength or if it's due to the fact that Shanks and them have some sort of like keeping a balance at bay between the pirates and the world government, making sure that nothing tilts in either direction. So Shanks takes it upon himself, regardless of what he's doing. The fact that he had that fruit and Luffy ate it, because Shanks had that thing inside of a box, and it kind of felt like he just had it, because why else would he have it there if he didn't come back from just collecting it? So Shanks must have pulled up. Luffy was talking to him, latest voyage or whatever, and that's where everything started. So Shanks must have run into something right before then where he recovered it. But then if that's the truth, if that's true, and Shanks got the fruit from a world government ship, whether he destroyed it, whether he recovered it, whatever the case it may be, if he did recover it and or attempt to seek after it, and he knows a secret about the world government that no one else knows, which is why they continue to hold him as like, yo, it's him. He knows a lot. Let's keep him here. We don't want to anger him. And so if that's the case and Shanks knows a lot, then the Gomu Gomu no Mi must have belonged to somebody really, really special. Really, really special. So much so that not even Doflamingo knew, because Doflamingo would have talked about it. We're talking about somebody it had to have been from the Void Century. It had to have been from the Void Century. Somebody from the Void Century had the Gomu Gomu no Mi, and it caused the world government to hold it under them for so long because they didn't want to have anybody else that was in the pirates to have it. This is insane. Because now we have the Gomu Gomu no Mi and Momonosuke's fruit, which the world government also considers a failure, to be directly opposed to Kaido's crew at this point in time. So now what I'm going to assume after the dialogue that's taken place, CP0's here. Who knows if CP0 might have been here for that. They specifically were here. If Kaido took out Luffy, they were here to recover the stolen Gomu Gomu no Mi. Can you imagine that? That was a secret mission placed by CP0, dog. This is getting nuts. There's a whole bunch of twists and turns now. So Momonosuke's fruit considered to be, because they obviously know a lot about that as well. And so maybe they were here to collect just in case things go. I mean, to them it's a failure, right? But now they're gonna be able to see both of them to the fullest extent. Luffy's gonna go ham in the Gomu, that's for sure. On the roof, he's gonna utilize the Gomu Gomu no Mi. I don't know if it'll be like I said before, Awakening Gear 5th, whatever it is, but he's gonna utilize that thing to its fullest potential whenever he gets back up there. And so to see that and see that Momonosuke's fruit was not a failure whenever he turns into his form of his dragon, that's gonna be huge. And I'm looking forward to seeing CP0's reaction to that after seeing this chapter. This is crazy. I was not expecting Who's Who to have this type of backstory to him. To have a backstory, because whenever I saw Shade, I was like, hold on, Skip. Tempest Kick, so he was a member of CP9. But that wasn't even the biggest twist. The biggest twist is that my man, because I was like, yo, it makes sense. Okay, he does like the Strats, because, you know, they went into Water 7, they went into Eni's lobby, and they throttled him. But that wasn't even that. We're going even further beyond that. Yo, what a chapter to come back on. Jinbe and Who's Who, I was already really enjoying the stuff we've gotten so far. But man, this just changes everything, dude. Excuse me. Now I'm wondering. Because remember, Oda stated that he wanted to tell about Luffy's past and how that connected to the revolutionaries, Garp, and all that stuff. You guys remember the interview I talk about all the time. What if after this arc, because we know we're going to get heavily into Revolutionary Army stuff after this arc. After this arc, we see the origin of dragons, motivations. That's connected to Luffy's birth, of course. And then we see Luffy's journey up until Romance Dawn. We already saw it once with like the Ace Sabo Luffy flashback. What about if this time we see it from Shanks? Because Shanks, now, man, yo, the possibilities for this is just crazy. Like, why did Shanks have it in there? Because then, like, in your mind, you're like, in 2 ways, like, okay, did it actually happen because Shanks wanted it to happen, or did it actually happen on accident? Yo, you feel me? I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't. This is getting crazy. Oh man, oh man. This was a great chapter, dude. Tama going in, the sides are starting to turn, 2 hybrid forms, both Who's Who and Queen. Jacket and Arashi here. Frankie's trying. The gifters has turned. But man. Sanji greatness. Hybrid form time. The Senzu Bean and Chopper. But man. I should have seen a blade pistol. A blade pistol is the Shigan. It's because I'm so used to, for that portion of the story, especially for that technique, I was used to hearing that as the Shigan. Because that's how I watched it. I watched it originally in Japanese with the subtitles that would cover it in Japanese. And like they would have it would say finger pistol, not blade pistol. So that's why I was so confused. I was like, blade pistol? This Squall? But no, That's the finger pistol and the shave and the temp. He's doing all of the old CP9 moves. So was he arrested because he wasn't able to protect the fruit? Is that what it was? So that means that he must have boxed Shanks. And Shanks must have whopped the floor with him. The color pages. These are awesome. Man, dude. Yo, this ending has my mind just going in circles. Please let me know what y'all think about this ending in the comment section down below. I look forward to hearing your theories on this because there's a lot. There's a lot. This is a great discussion point. This is huge. This is key. This is key. This is key, man. This is massive. For theorists out there, this is massive. The stolen gum going on me because now it's like, hold on a minute, player. Hold on a minute. Who had it? Who had it? Why was it so important? Why did they fear this fruit? You know, the obvious answer is Joy Boy had it, right? The obvious answer. Joy Boy had it. Joy Boy had it. Joy Boy had it. But what about if it wasn't Joy Boy? What about if it really was somebody from the world government from all the way back then? So maybe somebody important to Instant Messenger Sama, or I don't know. I don't know, dog. This is the last place I expected to hear about the Gomu Gomu no Mi was in Who's Who and Jinbe's fight. Who in the world would have thought of that, man? Ankle breakers by Oda at all times. My ankles are on the floor, bro. Yo! This is crazy. I look forward to seeing y'all's comments in the comments down below, and I will see y'all for the afterthoughts. What an ending to this chapter, bro. Sweet Flagnard.